One day, not too long ago, the Helldivers 2 community lost the creek, and many of us swore a blood oath, never again. Today, we're going to go over a build that's become my go-to when fighting automatons in particular, and it is damn reliable, even at Helldive difficulty, which is where I do the majority of my diving these days. So let's make like John Connor. No, not that one, the good one. There we go. And kick off our anti-robot campaign with armor, which, believe it or not, is actually a key part of this build. I don't know about y'all, but nothing makes me more angry than this. These little bastards who quietly stand off to the side and randomly hit you out of the clear blue sky with a rocket launcher for omega damage. Don't get me wrong, lasers are annoying, but robots with pocket rockets are the bane of my life. And now when I do automaton missions, I am borderline addicted to armor with the fortified ability. Reduces recoil when crouching or prone, but more importantly, gives a fat 50% resistance to explosive damage. Now, I'm going to take a quick moment to plead to the devs over at Arrowhead and ask that this armor passive be added to more armor sets in the medium category, because I'm pretty sure that right now fortified can be found only on heavy armor, with any potential exceptions like the B-24 medium armor living only in the superstore. And look, if it's in the name of democracy, I'll drop some creds for the war effort. But yeah, make a mental note, if the B-24 set comes back into the rotation, or you find any other non-heavy armor with fortified, I'm gonna hard recommend that you pick that up. I generally like medium armor for the additional mobility, and when comboed with fortified, it goes hard in automaton missions. Again, lasers are always going to be annoying, but now I at least have some vote of confidence that when I get tagged by a rogue rocket out of left field, it won't be an instant fuck you type situation. If you don't have medium fortified armor, I'll continue to say that armor with the Democracy Protects passive is incredibly beneficial for letting you tank stuff that would otherwise kill you literally half the time. I've been preaching that armor for the past 2 build videos, but this Twitter clip from player PrinterPaper18 sums it up quite nicely.
Oh no, I walked in a mine!
Oh, and they all spawn on you.
Wait, what the?
I mean, seriously, goddamn. Moving on, why don't we talk about primary weapons? And before I skip merrily down shotgun pedaling lane, we should talk about the Plas 1 Scorcher, aka the final weapon unlock in the standard Warbond. This weapon is fantastic at dropping bots from medium to long range and can even take care of these annoying scout striders, which can often be tricky to deal with due to their armor and protection. And it's nothing fancy, you don't have to get around them or anything, just a few shots center mass on their big shield and they go down. I will tell you though, I think there are 2 flaws of the Plas 1. One is that they have a shallow mag. You'll definitely be dropping those bots easily at range, but you'll also be reloading fairly often. Fatal flaw number 2 is that it can be difficult to deal with enemies up close with the Plas 1 if you're used to running a shotgun or other close range primaries. I usually run the Redeemer together with the Plas 1 instead of my usual Senator to get quick breathing room up close if need be. If you don't yet have the Plas 1 unlocked, shotguns can still shred through bots up close, just be sure you're careful at long range. More on that a bit later. For grenades, I like the G16 Impact, just to quickly get damage on bots that might be closing the gap on you. I know some folks out there might be quick to mention that impact nades are kinda iffy on destroying bot outpost buildings, which is true, but while it can be tricky, you can definitely still do it, just gotta get the angle right. You can also just wait for the door to open up and for a bot to walk out, and then chuck your impact nade in the open door and the building blows up. Easy peasy. Alright, stratagem time. Pretty recently, the Orbital 380 barrage got buffed in the form of both longer duration and tighter spread, and good lord is that effective, especially in automaton operations. Find a bot outpost, chuck that bad boy as deep as you can, back up, and spend the next half a minute with a big dumb grin as you watch the entire base go to hell. Granted, the Eagle airstrike remains a great option for being able to F up outposts accurately. That being said, I am getting dangerously close to adding the 380 to my permanent stratagem rotation on automaton missions. Yes, it is more chaotic and not accurate at all, but it deals so much damage and is so much fun. When the 380 bombardment is finally over, just walk in and mop up whatever's left. I'm telling you, if you haven't used it yet, give it a try on destroy command bunkers and sabotage airbase missions. It is damn fun. Next up, an old familiar face, the the Shield Generator Pack. Yeah, I know, as I've mentioned before, it did catch a nerf, but unsurprisingly, it is still really good. Automatons are deadly AF at range, and the shield pack keeps you alive, not much to it. I will say though that if you're looking for a little variety, the jetpack is fun and gives you the ability to GTFO of tight situations quickly. And if you bring a certain kind of fuck it we ball energy to the party, you can also use it to literally jump and land on top of tanks, which if there are no other enemies around to shoot you, is actually kind of a great way to deal with them in general. Next, we got a stratagem weapon pick, and for this you got two options, standard or spicy, and the one you should go with is whichever you feel more comfortable using to fight hulks. Let's start with spicy, and my official pick for this build, the Anti Materiel Rifle. Yeah, you heard me, not material, materiel. It'll take a few shots to the face, but you can use the AMR to kill hulks reliably at high level play. If you're feeling cheeky, you can also deal with hulks by just shooting their arms off, which, yeah, is mean, but also hilariously effective. Remember, bot bullying is always encouraged. If you're not feeling adventurous and you take your curry mild, if you eat it at all, fair enough. Your fallback option is, unshockingly, the Railgun. Yeah, it got nerfed, but in unsafe mode, it remains a good option and very reliable at taking down hulks. If you haven't tried the AMR in a bit though, for real, give it a shot on bot missions. It's a fun weapon, it doesn't need to charge, can shoot pretty quick, and it has more ammo. Final stratagem IMO should be reserved for dealing with either tanks or turret towers, which are deadly as hell if left unchecked. I've been experimenting, and while the Eagle 110 is a fun option, I gotta say that I'm calling back on a second old familiar friend, the Orbital Rail Cannon Strike. Pretty much the Helldivers booty call at this point. We can't help but go back. And you can't blame us. It doesn't miss, has unlimited usage, an alright cooldown, and unlike fighting Bile Titan bugs, it's a guaranteed one-shot on both turrets and tanks at max level difficulty. The orbital laser continues to also go hard if you're getting really overrun, but for a quick get big target off field now situation, it's incredibly difficult to do better than orbital rail. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this by now, but I'm still gonna. I really like this build, but meta or otherwise, at the end of the day, use whatever you enjoy and whatever you feel is effective. And with that in mind, don't shame or grief other players for using what they enjoy. I've heard we're getting a new war bond and possibly some other stuff on Thursday in Helldivers 2, and I'm gonna do my best to try and check that out on ye old stream channel. Hope to see you there. If you've got a build that you love for Automaton shredding, please feel free to share down in the comment section. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!